Man United have been woeful in their opening 2 Premier League games, but while a big money signing may provide an instant boost, it could also stunt the development of Kobbie Mainoo. The desire for shiny new signings is natural among football supporters, and Manchester United's midfield issues have only intensified that feeling going into the final days of the summer window. United kicked off their 2023-2024 season with a 1-0 win over Wolves last week, but were so open in midfield that Matheus Cunha could have, to use Roy Keane's latest quip, stopped to have a cup of tea midway through his marauding runs. Against Tottenham on Saturday evening, it was much of the same, with Mason Mount disappearing despite being in a deeper role on paper. Erik ten Hag has been working on midfield reinforcements ever since his arrival at the club last year, trying and failing to sign Frenkie de Jong before landing Casemiro. United got their main man in the form of Mount this summer, albeit the former Chelsea man is yet to show his quality. There are 12 days until the transfer window closes, and if United are to re-enter the market, public opinion suggests it should be for a midfielder. Consistent links to Sofyan Amrabat suggest the main point of concern for Ten Hag is cover for Casemiro. The Brazilian will turn 32 in February and is prone to a suspension or two, with United struggling to fill the void in his absence last season. They will expect to play 60-plus games again this year and cannot rely on their midfield veteran for all of them. A new signing would excite fans in that respect, but Ten Hag must plan beyond the next few weeks. United's only current cover for Casemiro is Scott McTominay, but Kobbie Mainoo will soon be in the picture, once he recovers from an ankle injury picked up in preseason. Of course, also last year, McTominay played that defensive role, so he is capable of doing it, Ten Hag insisted when quizzed on the midfield issue ahead of Saturday's trip to Tottenham. But, I know he is not in this moment there, but Kobbie Mainoo, we have seen him against Arsenal, he is ready to take that role. Not at this moment available, but I think he will in 2 months he will be available, for winter is coming up, he will absolutely have his games. Mainoo was among the standout players in the early weeks of preseason, starting all 4 games until he came off against Real Madrid. He was informed of his place in Ten Hag's plans for the season in July. Such was his impact at the start of summer. The 18-year-old was named the Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year for last season, and it is hoped he will imitate the previous winner, Alejandro Garnacho, in cementing his place in the first team over the next 12 months. That would be far less likely to happen, should United go out and spend tens of millions on a new midfielder. Ten Hag needs cover for Casemiro this season, but he doesn't need it right now. United's Champions League campaign doesn't get underway for another month, and they will not enter the Carabao Cup until the end of September. There is no World Cup to shoehorn into the season, and as such, this year's schedule will look a lot kinder than the last one, at least until Christmas. Barring any unfortunate twists, Mainoo will be available well before then. If Ten Hag made a point of telling Mainoo he'll be involved, then the plan won't be for a season watching from the bench. The Dutchman is not one for unnecessary rotation, and a third choice in any position rarely gets consistent minutes. The lack of anything positive in midfield during the first 2 games may force Ten Hag to act, and there is no questioning that things must improve in that area. But while a new arrival would provide an instant boost, the effects on Mainoo's development must also be taken into account.